Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm Melody. Bake a leg and let's take it home. So if you're new here, welcome to my garden. I'm going to officially give you a sundown garden tour. If you hear some dogs bark, things like that in the background, it just is what it is. But welcome. So this is what I have going on so far. These are the Chinese red noodle beans. They're up and they will trellis up the trellis on both sides, except this fourth one came in over here. And I grew a lot. Can we just talk for like a hot second? I'm gonna be like Jess from Roots and Refuge and have my coffee in my hand. If you're new here to the channel and you go back and you take a look at the videos on the bug out seed bags, I grew 70 more plants just to be able to come back and tell my subscribers whether it was worth it or not. So I have more tomatoes this year than I've ever had, so get ready. The first bed, I just mulched this yesterday. I don't normally use this type of mulch. I usually use the organic, it's like big, how do I explain that mulch? I have Chris behind the camera, by the way, helping me out. It was just an organic, like wood check. That's what I used to use. So this mulch is completely different, and it is called the hardwood mulch. So hopefully it'll be fine. I do have a little bit of discoloring on some of the leaves, but it's starting to look a little bit better. How you can see the tops are green. I'm not sure if I need to get a soil tester or what, but these will be getting ready to get staked up soon. So I just mulched some yesterday. Hopefully that helps to color. But that's just to quick fill you in on why I have so many tomatoes. All right, back here, because we're going to try to keep this moving before it gets dark. Because I know everyone's on Instagram asking me for a garden tour. I feel like it got super hot here really fast. Grow zone 7B, Pennsylvania. So things are bolting quickly. Like it was so humid today. But this is my little herb barrel. And I think the dill might be getting ready to bolt. And I have some purple basil back here. The next garden tour, you'll see a whole lot of different things. I'll explain that in a minute. But that is my herb barrel right there. And then just some flowers for some pollinators. This here I grew. This is a tiny Tim. I'm on Shed Wars, in case you didn't know that. And that's a tiny Tim in a pot, bucket. You have to grow some things in pots. So I am. So that's a tiny Tim, which will give you the little tomatoes. This one right here is, hopefully I don't butcher the name of this pepper, but it's a Datil, like D-A-T-I-L pepper from Baker's Creek. I think it grows like a bush. I'm not sure. I just saw somebody in Florida say that's where it originated, and I decided to put that in bucket / pot. This one here is the Tabasco pepper, which this time, I mean, I'm going to mulch this, but I mean, it's getting a little bit of leaves falling off, but hopefully it makes it. I finally got a Tabasco pepper to germinate, and this one here is a Detale too. Yeah, if I'm saying that right. Okay, this bed, let me explain, I'm not fully done. I put my peppers in first, and they got hit by the last frost. I'm dealing with this. Some silvery colors, some leaves falling off. I watched a video from Jess from Roots and Refuge. She said the same thing happened. Will your peppers survive? Yes. Do they look great? No. So I did put my peppers in first, and they did get bit by the frost. So this is all hot, and this half, you want to keep hot separate from your sweet. And I'm still not done the other half of the bed. I'm doing an experiment this year. This is big red sweet peppers, little tiny babies, and I wanted to see if I can get them to grow. And the ones that don't, and they die, I'm just going to pull them out. I brought this out. Let's talk about this. I grew Habanero. There's 2 in there. Looks like it has a little sun scald, but you know, trying to do different things this year. So this bed here has sweet peppers. I still have a whole lot more sweet peppers to plant in here. If Chris wants to show you the shelf real fast from a distance, let's take a look at the shelf over there. I have tomatoes. Don't get too close. They need some serious water. It was really hot here today. But I have tomatoes up at the top, peppers, eggplants, cucumbers, different flowers. I mean, so much on there that I still have to plant. And you'll know why that's all there and not in the ground because of this. Okay, so let's just keep going with the beds and I'll explain. So I have more sweet peppers I have to plant in here to finish this bed off. Okay, welcome to what was my salad bowl. I have some romaine that's still good. I have to take out all the mustard, the tender mustards, because this is what's happening. Things are bolting fairly quickly here. A little disappointed in that. Even the pak choy, the purple pak choy, if you look down in there, you can see that it wants to go to seed. So I'm going to take out the tender mustard greens before it's too late. I did get a pretty good haul on my spinach, but I'm going to rip out the rest of the spinach. This is butter crunch. All this is one. This looks like a romaine that got mixed in. There's 1, 2, 3. You see 4, 5, 6. I've gotten 6 heads of my butter crunch. This butter crunch is enormous. Like, I am super proud of my lettuces this year. They did really, really good. So this is butter crunch, romaine. This is all romaine. This is the last of the spinach. I'm going to pull it all out, including tender mustard greens. Back here is red leaf lettuce, which I've got to get this out by tomorrow. Right here is the red leafy lettuce right here. Let me make sure I'm telling you the right name. Yeah, red romaine. And see the problem I'm having here? This is rainbow Swiss chard. And yeah, like everything's getting burnt or it wants to bolt extremely quick. So I really do need this bed to put. I have butternut squash still to plant, spaghetti squash, acorn squash. Yes, I do have acorn squash. I have eggplants that I still have to get into the ground. I have a lot still to plant, and I love my 8 beds, but I feel like I could have used more. And you're getting a sunset garden tour, so some of the lights are starting to come on. So I hope you enjoy this garden tour. I'm going to try to somewhat keep it in order. So this was the salad bowl bed, and tomorrow I'm going to be ripping it all out. All my slow bolt arugula, you know, I guess we'll be eating a lot of salads this week. What can I tell you? I planted these cucumbers down here. I bought this trellis. I bought 2 of them, one for that side and one for this side, so it would look cute. And those cucumbers cannot stay there. I already made plans for this bed. So, unfortunately, the seeds germinated. Okay, so let's just backtrack a little bit. We did the peppers, and then that half I had to do of sweet peppers. This is mint, which I've been saying this multiple times on YouTube. Plant mint near your lettuce, plant mint near your brassicas. It really does work out great with the cabbage moths. I have 3 different kales growing in here. Blue scotch, like curly kale, and I think the Laciato kale is doing fine. I have 2 of the tiny black cherry tomatoes in here. Normally I would only do 1, but I think 2 will be just fine. Okay, this is the fence line. Welcome to the new fence that is completely done. I was going to do that in a separate video, but I will let Chris show you all the bamboo fencing, and that's the ladybug lights going all the way down it. And then the sunflowers are all starting to pop up, and I think I'm going to drop another seed so that I can have a continuous amount of sunflowers. Every other one should be different. I do have some babies, you know, but I'm going to try to get a lot of sunflowers. So down here, these are for the pollinators, the sunflowers, and if you know me, I love zinnias and sunflowers. Welcome to my channel. So this oval corner over here is zinnias, and sunflowers going down This isn't looking too good. It's a dahlia. I think the pot might be too small for it, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, let's keep going. The sunflowers, fencing's done, the cute ladybug lights. And then in here is sunflowers. I ovaled this off. Back there is sunflowers, and up here is just like a wild mix of flowers that is not up yet. This in-ground one that I built, I planted, let me see, Black Beauty. So these two are Black Beauty. These two are Coco Zella, I do know that. Let me see. Yes, and then two more Black Beauty. Two more Coco Zella, because it's like the bean zucchini year for me. These are Coco Zella. And that's a Coco Zella. This one right here, I literally forgot to grow them, is the gray summer squash. So I planted the seed in the ground, and I'm waiting for that to come up right there. So I was hoping that the zucchini would not take up a large amount in my bed, and that's why I chose to go this route. Over here is potato patch, which is doing really good. Underneath of it, I don't know if you can see, I'm going to try to move this along, but there are some zinnias that are popping up. Strawberries growing in a basket right there. And then over here is some salvia, if I'm saying it correctly, with some zinnias, some sunflowers, just a mixture of odd things. This I don't think is going to make it. Let me show you. Well, I just have impatience. I still have to plant this. I have like baby watermelon I have to plant still in the ground. This is the Collards. I do have a mint just sitting in here because it was getting chewed at and I wasn't finding the caterpillar. So I don't know. I'm not really sure how I feel about the Collards. They feel tough. This right here is crazy. This was mixed in with my, I'm not sure if it's going to make it, and if it doesn't, I might buy another one. This was totally accidental. This is a jack-o'-lantern pumpkin that was mixed in with my watermelon. So I tried to plant it. We'll see what it does, and if it doesn't work out, I'll just buy another one. Because I figured there, because then it can vine across the ground over there. Because it just kind of goes down on a slope. Okay. Here is the mint that I said I wanted a snowball basket full of mint. There it is, looking gorgeous. It still has to fill out a little bit back here. But I have another one to plant in there. So that looks amazing. And this is the Brassica Bed. The red cabbage is doing fantastic. I have two celeries right here and right there. And then this is that 45-day cabbage. It's doing really good, fantastic. There's another thing of mint just sitting there. It's not planted in the bed. Never plant mint in a bed. And then cauliflower is this row. As you can see, this one is getting chewed out a little bit. But there's a baby cauliflower right there coming in. These heads look great though, don't they? This is cauliflower. This is getting pretty big. And then let me show you what I did from the supermarket. Right here is a leek. Wait, can you guys see? It looks kind of dark. It's a leek. I did two of them. There's one right here too. Hopefully you can see that. Anyway, you might not be able to see it. I made sure I got roots on it and I put it in the bed. Okay. Trying to keep it moving along. Here's the broccoli. Doing pretty good, but we got a problem going on. It's wanting to bolt. Like I have to harvest what I can harvest tomorrow because of this. Show this one first. It's nice and tight. Cabbage, broccoli should be tight, like to your hand, a little bit like bigger. This one back here. Can you show that one? Okay, now let's look at this one. And one night it's starting to spread apart like this, which means you have to cut this and get this now and eat it. So all this broccoli is going to be coming out. So in the next garden tour, I promise you, you're going to see a whole lot more stuff. I just wanted to give you a quickie garden tour and show you what's going on. Welcome to the world of tomatoes. This is a full bed of all tomatoes, all different types, Abe Lincolns. I mean, it's just crazy. There's so many different types of tomatoes I did this year, like Japanese trifle, things I've never tried before, and ones that I have tried before. This is a good example of what's going on here. It's going to have to be staked up. The coloring was off, like I said, in the tomatoes. You might want to not make them dizzy and move that too fast, but this whole bed is every different tomato that you can actually think of is in this bed, with some basil over there in the corner and marigold. And then in this bed over here is some more basil and another whole bed of just all tomatoes. So I technically have 3 beds full of tomatoes. In this bed, just offhand, I can tell you very quickly, is Kellogg's Breakfast, Dr. Wynn cheese, I think some Oxheart tomatoes. I'll go further into detail on the next garden tour. In here is extra celery that I am growing. I really hope we're not making you dizzy, but you don't want to do this in the pitch dark. So 3 beds total of tomatoes, 2 beds so far of peppers. The seam is somewhat be bouncing back, and then I'll have the whole salad bed to be able to plant my other things. Here is the blue tower from the dollar store, the 3-tier. But everybody seems to love this color. In the top over here, if you look, this one I did different. I did all different types of flowers. This whole entire thing is nothing but string beans. I did a whole tower. I'm still waiting for just a couple to germinate. But this is the first tower. Cute little solar ladybug lights. It's going to be all string beans. And then let's take a walk over here and I'll show you. Aren't my aisles cute with all the little ladybugs? Super cute. I want one more for the other side of my garden. Super cute. I have a thing for ladybugs this year, folks. I don't know what to tell you. Show them the arch now that it's all lighting up. Did you show it? This is what it looks like doing a garden tour at almost sundown. Everything is turning on. So this was the other bed of tomatoes that I've already spoken about. This is this ladybug solar light that I love from Amazon. My friend Jay got it for me. I want one more for the other side. Super cute. Here is this terracotta 3-tier dollar store tower. And as you can see, everything is germinating. It's the sugar snap peas, and hopefully they do well, because I cannot believe that things want to just bolt very, very quickly. Make sure I don't miss out on anything. This tower back here, look at the leaf color. This is the beige one right here. We're getting a little bit of scalding going on because we've had no rain here whatsoever. So some scalding on the Swiss chard, bok choys in here. Different lettuces are popping up. Some arugula, some curly kale. This, I'm pretty sure, was a baby bok choy, and look at that, it already wants to germinate. So I'm having a slight little problem with the greens, so I'm going to have to restart them and hope for the best later on in the season, but it's getting extremely hot here, quick. So everything that's an edible green is in this tower, so all 3 are done. They're coming along. And then in this barrel over here is zinnias. Some zinnias that I had of my own from last year are in here. And they're all coming up, and there's some babies, so this whole thing will be glorious. When I go to do the next tour, you just will not see any salad bed, and you will not see any broccoli, and probably the 45-day cabbage. I'm going to try to do a garden tour once a week on Saturdays. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. I don't know. I sat out here one night and actually admired the garden for the first time, to be completely thrilled with it, and I can't believe that I built this. I just really can't. I'm actually proud of myself. I think it's cute, it's very quaint, and who doesn't want a cute garden area? I also have nasturtium in all different places, which is an edible plant as well. So this happens to be yellow so far, nasturtium, in the half of the sweet pepper bed. I do have some other nasturtium that's up on the deck. But yeah, so let me end this garden tour, I guess, with this. Let's call them these flamingos, and here they were swans, but that's okay. It's still cute. A great big shout out to my son Jarrett, the 22-year-old, my youngest. Hopefully you can see this beauty. He got me this, I'm going to have a brain fart right now. Peacock. It's staked down to the ground really well. My friend Jay put it in really good, but you probably can't see it because the light's starting to change here. But he got me a big ornamental flamingo for Mother's Day, and I have it in the front of the garden, and it's starting to look like it's getting a little dark. Oh, does that help? There we go. Oh, I just found like, sorry guys if you were in the dark. So yeah, we'll give you an overall. All right, so that was the gift from my son for Mother's Day. I see people tape their feet down, but no, Jay staked it down. So I think the garden is super cute. And then my gnome that Jimmy got me. I thought I planted flowers in here, but nothing seems to be coming up except one, so I'm going to fill this with something else. So when you come back, you will be able to see probably lots of beans coming in and some more flowers. But here's the gnome that I showed in Alive, the bumblebee gnome. And I have some different flowers that are starting to germinate in here. So like I said, it's been extremely hot here. I'm using this trellis over here. This is Kentucky Wonder Pole beans, I guess is the right way to say it. Kentucky Wonder beans, we'll just go with that. They all germinated. I'm going to let them climb up here, and this entire bed is going to be nothing but this whole half here will be all bush beans, and then it'll be the rattlesnake pole beans there, and then we'll have the Chinese red noodle beans. Oh yeah, let me not forget, in the corners right here, listen, I'm trying to use every nook and cranny. In the corner over here, I planted 1 and 1 okra, and the same thing in this corner, I did 2 seeds of okra, so that too will be the corner. Even if I don't like okra, at least it'll have a beautiful flower to it. And now we'll show you what it looks like when it's dark here. Hopefully I covered everything. But this is officially my second garden tour with things in there, which just, I don't know, every time I wanted to do a garden tour, I just didn't feel like it was the right time. But now lettuces and broccoli is going to be coming out, so I guess there's never a right time. I will most likely be doing a garden tour every Saturday or every other Saturday. That is up in the air right now. But I hope you like the fence. The bamboo fencing, I think, looks pretty good. I love the ladybug lights on the back and going around the trellis, and just all the little solar lights and the little trinkets that have to do with ladybugs, and super cute back here at night. You know, you can multiple places to sit. I know it's kind of dark for you now, but I want you to see all the lights. Even on the towers, they have the little clip-on little lights. But yeah, so I've been a busy bee, and I'm crazy. I have 3 beds of tomatoes. It's going to be insane here in just a little bit. So you want to put the flash back on? Well, hopefully you like it. Figured we'd give you somewhat of a sundown garden tour. It won't usually be this kind of rushy, I guess. Maybe this is a little rushy, maybe it's not, but welcome to my garden. Melody, bake a leg and let's dig it. And I built this, and I can't even believe it. Yeah, I'm proud of myself, and we're going to produce a lot of food coming out of here. I'm hoping, because it's new soil. I really could probably use a pH tester, but I can't find one around here to test my soil. But wish me luck, and I hope to see you back here. I hope that you enjoyed this sundown garden tour. You got to see it lit up, and you know, and see what's growing right now. So on that note, I will see you on the next garden tour, less the broccoli and less the salad bed, because I literally need every nook and cranny. I didn't bother to add in the garden tour of the herbs because I've already did a garden tour of that fairly recently and showed you everything's looking pretty good. So I hope you like what you see. I hope that you come back, and yeah, leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you think of the garden. If you like the idea of a weekly garden tour, and yeah, subscribe if you have not already. Leave me a comment, and yeah, I guess I'll see you on the next video. Bye everyone.